Welcome back, and you're still watching ASEAN Business Report. The Department of Energy Business revealed that in 91 and 95 octane petrol sales increased 10% in August after the reduction of levies to the oil fund. The total government compensation for the new policy amounted to 3.8 billion baht. Weerapol Jirapraditgun, Director General of the department, said that after the government decreased the levy to the oil fund on August 26, the retail price of 91 and 95 octane and diesel had dropped by 7.17, 8.02, and 3 baht per liter, respectively. As a result, the consumption of octane 91 and 95 has soared, while demand for gasohol 91 and 95 has fallen. E20 and E85 have not been affected by this measure as demand has remained steady at 0.7 million liters and 2,900 liters per day, respectively. Consumption of 91 and 95 octane increased 19% from 7.2 million liters per day to 8.6 million liters per day, while gasohol 91 and 95 decreased 6% from 11.8 million liters per day to 11.2 million liters. Weerapol said that his department took inventory of oil traders and filling stations all over the country. Initial results determined that all filling stations had an inventory of 91 octane at 38.415 million liters, 95 octane at 1.719 million liters, and diesel at 129.6 million liters. Total compensation required was 650 million baht. Consumption of NGV increased 2.4% to 6.9 million kilogram per day. At the end of August, there were 283,431 cars able to use NGV and 421 NGV filling stations. LPG consumption also increased for household, transport, and industrial use. LPG demand by industry decreased after the retail price of LPG used by households declined by 3 baht per kilogram on July the 19th. In August, the import of LPG stayed at 159,600 tons, and the oil fund had to pay compensation estimated at 2.8 billion baht. Total petrol imports increased 9% to 971,000 barrels per day on the previous month. The total cost was 102 billion baht. Crude oil accounted for 899,000 barrels per day and the cost of 96 billion baht.
To speak to us on oil, Kun Natakon, we have Kun Thosang Chai Prawat on the line with us. He's the Commercial Planning Manager of Thai Oil Public Company Limited. Welcome to the program, Kun Thosang.
Good afternoon,
Kun Thosang.
Well, after the government has lifted the oil fund, oil consumption has been really rising in the country. Do you think this trend will continue?
Yes, I would think that the growth trend of the oil demand is likely to continue, especially with the current global oil prices that's not moving higher due to global economic concerns at the moment.
I see. And with the worsening economic crisis of the Eurozone sovereign debt, as well as the slowing U.S. economy, and now the latest IMF downward revision signaling weaker global demand, what is the outlook for the oil market?
The outlook for the oil market is quite bearish. Even though the fundamentals is still looking quite buoyant, the oil demand is still growing, even though at a slower rate. But at the same time, the oil supply is tight due to the Libya situation of, the situation in Libya where they cannot export the oil supply at the moment.
Yes.
So even with a quite a buoyant fundamental, but because the pressure comes from the risk aversion in the market, so it caused the investor to move funds out of the risk asset, and that has caused the oil prices to come down, and the outlook is quite bearish.
With the less demand and less supply as well, do you expect the oil industry to recover anytime soon?
I would think the oil industry would be under pressure in the short period of time, in the short term, especially on the demand side. So it's depending on how the global economy outlook will turn out. So if we experience another economic recession, then the oil demand globally will definitely decrease, and that would definitely put a pressure on the oil industry.
I see. Kun Thosang, and what is the impact of the global market to Thailand's domestic consumption of oil currently?
Actually, with the lower oil prices, it's actually been helping the oil demand because with the lower price, people can consume more oil. However, if we experience the global economic recession, then that will definitely affect Thai economy, and hence the oil demand could be lower again in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kun Thosang, for joining us in the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.